so I don't forget, I pulled it up on my computer. So right here, we start with the early prelims. Wait, who was on the early prelims? I gotta land and first fuck these dudes up real quick. Alright. So I can't look at my computer right now. I'll wait till I get out of tilted. The fight that is like the most fresh in my mind, the earliest one I saw, I think it's Uriah Hall versus Paulo Costa, I think it was. I think that's his name at least. I know it was them too. But if you guys don't know who Uriah Hall is or any of these guys are, Uriah Hall is an absolute fucking killer. On the Tough, which is like the UFC like TV show, where like, you know, they have like teams and coaches that face each other at the end of the show and during the show. He would like got this crazy spinning attack shot that was just absolutely insane. He like spun around and just like his heel, the back of his foot just knocked this dude out cold into the shadow realm. And it was like it was pretty scary because the guy went stiff immediately. Why I'm playing this, let me go over there while I'm playing this for the most part, because usually I would play Call of Duty. Is the season coming up to an end, I think on the 12th, right? And I'm just trying to get everything finished up. I got my 100 solo wins. I might show that in another video. I want to show all my stats on the day that season 4 ends, so I'll do that. But right now I'm just playing some solo duos, trying to get to 200 wins. I'm like 3 off or some shit, or 4 off. I totally forget. But in that fight, they're both strikers. They're both, you know, heavily oriented around striking. Paulo is more like a power striker, and Uriah is more like a kickboxer. But just seeing Paulo Costa just walk around that octagon, there's no way this dude is natural. Now I'm really into bodybuilding, so I know what it looks like when someone's on steroid, and this dude is just absolutely shredded. For one, I'm kind of in the belief that most of the roster is on steroids, because just that when you're at that high of a level, and it's not very natural for someone to go like 25 minutes straight without basically fatiguing. A lot of people do it without fatiguing. It's just very difficult to get down to the body fat percentages they do naturally. Even a lot of bodybuilders like in the Olympia, they find it hard to get down to like the body fat percentages that these dudes get to, and it's kind of crazy watching it. But other than that, all like the prelims, I think there was a Sunsao was on it versus Rob Font. That's basically it. That's all I remember of his though too. I didn't watch the entire card because some fights are boring and I don't really feel like watching them. But the main card was exceptional. I just could imagine how good it would have been if Max Holloway and Brian Ortega were still on the card, because Brian Ortega had to... Let me get these dudes. Why'd I drop Tilted to talk about this? Oh, C4. This shit is so OP. I swear it is. Yeah, I'm trying to do this with the least amount of cuts I possibly can. I'm kind of on a time crunch right now. But that's not bad. Shit, I don't know. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, so like they got pulled out, the Max Holloway and the Brian Ortega featherweight 145-pound title fight, which would have been amazing. I predicted it to be like a 4th round submission from Brian. I think Brian would have won that. I think he's just all around a better fighter. But I don't know, if they get in a brawl situations, it might be a wrap. I feel like Brian is pound for pound one of the best in the world. He just needs to get that championship under his belt. He should be dead. Like, how many shotgun shots does it take from a motherfucker? The Pettis versus Chiesa. I wasn't really that big of a fan of UFC. I knew what it was, and I knew, like, you know, the stars at the time. When I was younger, I played the video games. Whenever he was around, maybe like, I think it was 2015 he was around, and he was the champion, and then he lost to RDA. But I always watch his highlights, and he always fascinated me. He's always been one of my favorite fighters. It kind of pissed me off that he didn't take the Khabib fight at UFC, what was it, 223 I think it was. I was kind of upset when he didn't take that fight, but you know, what can you do? But he put it on last night against Chiesa. Chiesa is like one of my least favorite fighters. I think he just comes off as an absolute douchebag. I could be wrong, but he just seems like such a prig. And like the fact that, okay, he was in the fight with Kevin Lee and it was kind of an early stoppage. I would say it's early. It was a little bit premature, but he's just like running off with it. For one, his ass was going to sleep, by the way. His arms went limp. It was early. It could have went on for 3 or 4 more seconds, but it would have been stopped either way. So I'm kind of on the side that, you know, it doesn't matter. What is this dude doing? It doesn't matter that it was stopped early because it would have been stopped either way. That's a fact. His arms went totally limp, and this dude's like, didn't let it go for a while. He was like, Mario Yamasaki shouldn't ref anymore because he fucks everything up, which, I mean, he fucked it up, let's be honest, but he would have been done either way, in my opinion. I think he would get destroyed in the rematch because Kevin Lee is like a totally different fighter since then. Way better at grappling, punching. He just needs to start making weight a little bit more. Perry versus Felder. That was a very untechnical fight. It was good. It was one of the best just because of how, like, you know, it was very, like, brawlish. Like, there were a lot of punching going on. But Felder, like, broke his forearm during it and couldn't use it the entire time. But still used it for some reason, which just shows you how I got a lot of respect for him, dude. For one, he's a good commentator. He's good at analyst. And, dude, he is a soldier, man. We got someone over here. I love the sound of this drum gun, dude. It sounds so nice. Alright, check this out. Oh, fuck. Shit. Alright, we're gonna bounce pad over to him. Shit! Failed. Alright, let me show you something. Oh, baby! Oh, shit. Damn. Yeah, but it was his first welterweight fight. He took the fight on short notice, even though he had a full camp. But his original opponent, James Vick, had to drop out because he's gonna fight not Ali Quinta, Justin Gaethje on sometime in August. I'm pretty sure on some card. I don't think it's gonna be a pay-per-view card. I think it's gonna be probably on FS1 is what I'm thinking. I forgot to bring up the Roundtree Jr. versus Jose something Saki. I forget the dude's name. Dude, how do I forget his name? But apparently he's like some like big like Muay Thai or kickboxing champion from K1 or Glory. I forget which organization it was, but he's like the best light heavyweight kickboxer. But shit didn't show in the fight. He got lit up early on. I always think that Roundtree Jr., I think he's got the most potential right now besides John Jones, obviously, in the light heavyweight division. Just because of how good he is early on. He's really explosive, but last time I watched him fight was against a Polish dude, and he lost that fight. I'm pretty sure it was his last fight, because he like gassed out very early. And I'm going to sit here and wait for this dude. Not a bad game. 8 kills, 19 people left. Yeah, but that fight was really good. Very explosive. Just hit him with that nice shot. If he works on his gas tank, I predicted the fight. I knew he was going to win the first 2 rounds. And then I thought in the 3rd round he would start getting lit up. Maybe like a 10-8, 10-7 round because I thought his gas tank would give out. But he did a lot better than I thought. And then we come on to the most disappointing fight I've ever seen. Francis Ngannou, hardest puncher ever recorded, hardest puncher in the world. Forget Anthony Joshua. No matter what, hardest punch recorded in the world, in history, versus Derek Lewis, the guy with the funniest Instagram, my favorite person in UFC probably. Not to watch, but as far as personality goes, I think he's a good guy and he's funny as hell. So I was so happy to see these dudes fight, and we thought it was going to be explosive. We don't know. Oh, shit. How is this dude not dead? And 2 more shots after that. But you never know how, like, people who just came off of a devastating loss, especially against a champion, when you have all this hype, all this momentum going into it, like he did against Stipe Miocic, and he just got absolutely obliterated off the face of this fucking earth. It was sad. It was sad to watch, but I mean, you know, what can you do? But he was very hesitant the entire fight, which didn't match up well because Derek Lewis's back was hurting. So it was just super boring. It was like a total, like, maybe 40... fucked up. Shrek. Maybe like 40 strikes thrown throughout the entire 15-minute bout between the two of them, which is super low. That's even low for like a single round. I'm pretty sure that's like probably the slowest fight in UFC history. I think it was like maybe a fight slower was like in the early like dark UFC days, but that doesn't really count. I felt really bad about that. I really hope Francis Ngannou comes back better, because no doubt he is the most athletic guy in the heavyweight division. Strongest, the quickest, the most elusive. He just needs to put everything together and learn from his mistakes. That Stipe Miocic fight is the best thing that could have happened to him, and he needs to go off of that. Because he made a post and he was talking about, you know, why he did that, and he was telling he had fear from the last fight. But this dude's ego was off the charts, and of course I missed that shot. So when you have an ego that big and you just get absolutely demolished, I see how it could be diminishing. Damn. You know, this probably could be a 20 kill game. I mean, it still could be, but I got a couple kills taken away from me, so who knows. But I love this blue sub, dude. It's so underrated. We got 7 people left. We definitely can pass up the record. I shouldn't be talking about this while playing this game, because I want to talk about this so badly, and I'm getting shot from over there. Don't hit me. This is going to be a bitch to edit. Oh, I love Bloom, don't you guys? Try bounce pad? No, we're just gonna... I'm about to meet my fucking maker. Please stop. 11. Wow. Shit. Oh! You see that reaction? Oh, and he had a chug jug? I built that wall as soon as they came over. But the best fight on the card, or the most surprising, I should say, was DC versus Miocic. DC has been my favorite fighter ever since I got into MMA. I love him. He's like the best ambassador, and he's always had a shadow of John Jones over him. Which I think John Jones, you know, it's not that much. Like, it's not that bad to lose to John Jones, because regardless of what you say, he definitely... I'd say him, Jose Aldo. I'd like to say Demetrius Johnson. I would say Cody Garbrandt if he didn't lose his title last. I think he's by far has the best hands in MMA right now. But they're like the best fighters ever. Like literally ever. Like John Jones, he out wrestles Olympic wrestlers and DC and Dan Henderson, and he outboxes boxers, and he out grapples and submits BJJ black belts like Lyoto Machida. I think he's the best ever, but it's kind of being overshadowed by the whole USADA deal, which is kind of sad, but I mean, what are you going to do? Alright, 1 second. I need to kill these. I'm tied with my highest game ever at 17, so now I just need 3 more kills, but I may not get out of this. I'm going to smash my desk if I die right here. Goodness. What am I going to do? That's all she wrote. That's 18. Oh, just broke the record. Ah, no. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. I'm trying to be so cerebral right now. Oh shit, that's 19 boys. That's 20. That's basically 20. Oh, he got the res and then knocked the dude out. Shit. Oh, he's in the house, I'm pretty sure. Oh, shit. Go back to PUBG, bitch. You can't build in my game. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Oh. I'm literally shaking right now, dude. That was like the best game ever. 20 whole kills. That's my first 20 bomb. Oh. And duo solos. Oh my god. I know, like, talking about the card kind of fucked everything up. Or maybe playing the game fucked up me talking about the card. But I hope you guys enjoyed this.